Anime? Why do so many people not want to watch it? Okay, fair point. What are some common misconceptions about anime? Well, normies seem to think that anime is either childish or weird.
Anime isn't weird, that's such a generalization! Wait, you agree? You agree anime isn't weird? I didn't just fart, I swear! You fucking stink!
And apparently they have some kind of allergy to liking anything that's seen as remotely childish. Ugh, what the fuck is that? It's so fucking childish! Listen, I have an allergy. Not that most anime are childish in the first place, with there being an abundance of shows with mature themes and mature scenes. Okay, I'm trying to convince them, not scare them away. I mean, unless they're into that.
This feeling of giddiness, like there's all these tingles running up and down my nipples.
So how do I convince a bunch of bigots to watch anime? Aren't you a bigot for thinking everyone should like the same things as you? Shut up. But really though, I think a lot of people are missing out on some great entertainment. I always hear my parents complaining that there's nothing to watch, and it's like, there's a lot of anime on Netflix, you know? What annoys me is that a lot of people don't even try it, or they just try one show and decide they hate anime. That's like watching one bad film and saying you hate every film ever made. Anime is an extremely broad and unique medium with arguably some of the best series of all time. Obviously, it would be ignorant to say that there aren't real reasons to not like anime, but I believe that despite whether you have problems with anime or not, everyone can find at least one anime they'll enjoy. But I think most normies would argue that it's not worth it. The sad truth is that a lot of people just aren't going to like anime. Whether that's because they can't take cartoons seriously, which is stupid, but oh well. I think rejecting anime without trying it and making fun of people who watch and like it is one of the most bigoted and arsehole things you can do. I think a lot of people are still insecure, that's why they don't watch anime. Even though anime is becoming increasingly mainstream, and it's people like this that are perpetuating the idea that anime should be avoided, because it's liked by losers. I'll go over this more later, but anime is not liked by only quote-unquote losers, not that it would matter anyway. I really don't understand how people can legitimately degrade and treat people lesser than them because of what they like. It's so stupid and childish, but it's not really as much of a problem anymore, so that's good. I think because kids are growing up with YouTubers who like nerdy things, they're generally more accepting. I think personally, who I am as a person has been molded by the YouTubers I grew up watching. I think YouTubers are having a really positive effect. Well, at least some of them. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Stop showing your parents shonen anime. Shonen is great, but it will only reinforce those negative stereotypes they have of anime. Most of the tropes they associate with anime come from shonen, and they think those tropes are all that anime is, and that's a reason for them not to watch it. Okay, now let's talk about how mainstream anime is getting. For example, Attack on Titan has almost 3 million users on my anime list. And if we take into consideration that not everyone who's seen AOT is going to use MAL, it's safe to say that a lot of people have seen AOT. For example, one of the biggest TV shows ever, Game of Thrones, has 1.8 million ratings on IMDb. Obviously, Game of Thrones was watched by many more people than that, and anime fans are probably more likely to use MAL than the average Game of Thrones watcher is going to use IMDb. But I think this comparison shows that anime is becoming more mainstream. Many celebrities openly say they like anime.
I love Death Note, and
Nike has anime/manga t-shirts. If anime is really as uncool as you think it is, then why would Nike, one of the most normie brands, have these manga t-shirts? It's really cool, and it shows how far anime has come. Back before I was even alive, gaming was considered nerdy and uncool, but now everyone plays games. I didn't say good games. If I liked kicking balls, I'd watch CBT. And I think anime is going down the same path, and will soon be completely mainstream. I think YouTube is really good at showing how huge of an audience anime has, with videos talking about anime having millions of views and people being able to make careers off of it. We also see anime OPs with tens of millions of views, competing with some of the most popular songs that normies listen to. Also, there is a lot of anime merchandise in shops now. Also, Netflix invests a huge amount of money into anime, which shows how big of an industry it's becoming in the West. Now that I've established how huge anime is, let's talk about why people like it. Anime is beautiful. I mean, just look at KyoAni or anything made by Makoto Shinkai or Ufotable. Anime is absolutely visually stunning. I think anyone can enjoy amazing visuals. Not only the animation, but direction and storyboarding for some anime is amazing. Dynamic and interesting camera angles, anime is amazing at visual storytelling. Anime music is just so different, it's not like anything else, and it just sounds so good. And it works great when combined with amazing scenes, and it can even bring people to tears. Just ask any Anohana fan, listening to the ED is bound to bring up some emotions. Although, I think normies will be put off by sad stuff. Anime music can be really motivating, sad, or hype. You'll find that anime tells stories that just wouldn't work in live action, and it's really unique and good. Anime is capable of so many things, with great character writing and development, blah blah. I feel like a lot of people look at anime and don't think it's capable of telling a good story with good characters, but it is, so watch it. I'm not very good at explaining the appeal of anime, but just watch it. My parents will be watching this video, so I can't mention that I've cried at anime. Although there are many live-action TV shows and movies that I absolutely love, none of them have made me cry. There's just something about anime that makes it so much more emotional. For some reason, it's easier to connect to these Japanese cartoons. I think a big part of that is suspense of disbelief. For example, romance anime. I find that most live-action romances make me cringe. But with anime, I fucking love that shit. I think because the characters are animated, it makes cringy or unbelievable dialogue seem more realistic and believable. I think another part is that anime is really exaggerated, so it's easier to connect to the characters. Despite being so unrealistic, they seem more relatable, because the emotions and feelings expressed are expressed so loudly. But honestly, I don't know. Anime is just really amazing, and I hope that any parents this video was shown to have changed their minds somewhat.
"世界を二人で一生いや何生